What's happening, Online guys? Welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. This is chapter 21. I actually remember what chapter it is. When we last left off, I was gonna say I don't really remember what happens last, but then as I was loading up the game, I kind of had like a jot of memory, just kind of like a snap of the fingers there. We had hacked into this terminal here with Dodger, and he actually got us access to some information, and he was supposed to have locked down the elevators, which I think is this one here, but also this one here is where we came in too. So first things first, I want to clear out this area just to make sure there's nobody left over here, that we don't get blindsided, and then we'll double back, and we'll all stack up on this room and head in there and see what's going on. So, move over there for my first turn. My second turn, I want to move over here. My third turn, I want to do that. Let's get Dodger ready up over here. Just go on Overwatch and watch that until I clear this area out. I'm basically just going to fucking push Coyote in there and see what happens. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that there's nobody in here, like I said. And it looks all clear. Let's get on him one of these glyphs here to boost his magic up a little bit. Can I heal either of them? No, I cannot. They haven't took damage yet. So, let's go ahead and end the turn. Let's push with my character. I think I want to have everyone kind of stack up over here first before I push into this next room. So I think that's going to be the plan. Just kind of use my turns to bring everyone back here. We go over there. And then I'll stack the mage up behind me. Okay, so let's make sure we're all loaded up here. So last thing I want to do is jump into a gunfight or an ambush or anything and not be fully loaded. Okay, so let's end the turn. Now let's start pushing that way. I'm not sure if we're going to get attacked at any point or what's going to happen here, but hopefully not. I'm going to try to play somewhat smart. I'm pretty sure we should be able to just kind of keep everyone like right there. Really, I should have Coyote like beside me, take the front line here, but excuse me. I mean, I'm sure Dodger's not just gonna get fucking geeked. Unfortunately, I can't. There's like one little pixel here where I can see this square. There we go. Found it. All right. So this is where I want to be careful here. Let's kind of start pushing out. Just didn't want to turn the corner and there'd be like, you know, two guards here all of a sudden, or two of anything really. Have him take the corner on that side. Coyote, I want you to back me up. And of course, Galaglass, I think his name is. I always fuck up his name. I better pay attention here. Galaglass, that's what I thought. Alright. Your comlink chirps again, and the Baron's face appears on screen. His voice is far less confident than before. This is new. Things not going according to plan, Baron. Apparently, Mr. Silverstar's reputation for paranoia is well founded. This panel is hard-coded. This panel is a hard-coded door control that cannot be accessed from the Matrix. It was not here yesterday. How did he have it installed so fast? So what now? Samdi will think of something. Very well, this will work, but the plan requires you and only you to stay the night. You have my attention, go on. You will find the elevator once again under our control. Goes to an empty parking garage in safety. Your hired help will be able to clear the building with ease. You, however, will be Telestrain's newest employee come sunrise. Now, allow me to tell you where to go. Looks like we're going to have a new way in here. You would think, though, the morning after it would be harder because we just shot this place up. So you don't think I don't think it'd be any easier to do this. I think this might be a bad plan. The morning after, you hunkered down in the janitor's locker room amid the smells of industrial strength cleaners, floor wax, and body odor. Sleep is impossible as you must be constantly on your guard for the telltale signs or sounds of security teams or building maintenance crews. Morning eventually comes with it, another chance at Project Aegis. Aegis? Whatever the case may be. Good morning, mon ami. You look well. Get on with it. Given Mr. Silverstar's paranoia about security, we could not get into his office in a straightforward manner last night. However, thanks to the mayhem created by you and your Shadowrunners, a situation ripe for exploitation now exists. Ripe for exploitation, eh? While you waited here, I continued to probe looking into some of the less secure, more mundane Telstrain office files. Shipping records indicate that Mr. Silverstar recently took delivery of several paintings he commissioned after being promoted to VP of Telstrain Security. The shipment was called Our Values. On the same day, building maintenance reported installing the artwork in his office at the same time as a piece of equipment purchased from Fuchi Court. Although they attempted to obfuscate its use, I believe it is the safe. And the sample is in the safe. You are very bright. Mr. Silverstar is personally conducting the investigation into last night's break-in. He is interviewing personnel who may have pertinent information. You need to be one of the personnel he interviews in his office. Once you're inside, you will need him to leave so that you can find a way to get the sample. So I tell him I have evidence so I can get inside his office for an interview. Close. You will plant evidence of your own creation. There are 3 matrix emergency power junctions on this level. If we add some comlink chips to them, it will make last night's run appear to be preparation for a larger run. It will bring the attention of Telstrain Security. I can handle it, but I'll need a way to get around the building without attracting attention. There's a janitor's uniform, ID badge, and the comlink chips in the locker. They will get you general access and allow you to pass a basic inspection. The rest is up to you. One more thing. Mr. Silverstar is well known for his creative security measures. You would do well to learn as much as you can about this man before meeting him. Now quickly change and I will unlock the door. I think my etiquette's security, so hopefully I can exploit that here. I finally have an option to. No, it's street. Fuck. I was gonna go security, but I didn't. I went street. Alright, well. First of all, let me check my karma here, because I remember before we ended there, I had like 30-something points, I think. It was just stupid. So I need 5 more points so I can get rifle 10. And then I need another 33 points so I can get quickness 11, range combat 11, and then rifle 11. And then when I have all that, I'm probably going to break into charisma just for etiquettes, I guess. But by that point, I mean, it's probably going to be, there's not that much to this game left. I promise you, even though I faintly remembered all of this, or faintly forgot about all this, we'll be fine. Here we go. The supervisor has the look of a stuffer shack manager with illusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is, a disposable, dime-a-dozen resource. Hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came in, but I only found out that you were starting an hour ago when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally we watch an orientation thread and walk through our mission statement, but, well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day, but you're going to need to clean up some blood. Maybe a lot. I can handle it. Just tell me what to do. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were, just get things cleaned up on this floor. And listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise, they're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your file. Straighten up this floor and stay out of trouble. Got it. I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool would attack a Telstrain corporate office and think they could get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telstrain. talk to this guard real quick. I said, let's talk to that guard real quick. What can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. The top floors may only be accessed with the express authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Okay, well, I better get back to it. So obviously I approach him later. Now, my supervisor just went into that room. So let's head for this door first. The two men are staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Raul, I know and you know that there's nothing in the vent, but when I told that to Silverstar, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. The suits sure love their mission statements and all that dreck, but today isn't the day of Telestrain Corp's duty above all crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. I guess we should just be happy Mr. Telestrain isn't in today. Just get in there and take another look. I have to go upstairs and report. Interesting. There's something there I gotta get to. Let's talk to this guy. A filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He's clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the duct. Sorry I tracked that dreck all over the floor. He shakes his head. Man, I can't believe what happened to the night watch. From what I can tell, it looks like our guys got hit pretty hard. He shakes his head. Yeah, they chewed through those guys pretty good. Must have been pros. So do you think you're done climbing in the vents, chummer? I need to get this room done before I get in trouble. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? Fine by me. Let's go ahead and plant one of those chips. Matrix Emergency Power Junction. Let's install the comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you place the chip inside. It's 2 karma, so that puts us at 7. I want to head in there, but I'm not sure if I should or not. Let's pop it open and see if the guy's still in there. He is still in there. I gotta put my chip in there. Telestrain tech worker. As the Telestrain tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel that has been removed from one of the land racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silverstar is calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any solvent on my servers. I really should just stop and upgrade my charisma to 4, apparently. If they say it's intrusion, that's good enough for me. He crosses his arms. Do you swallow every line or corp overload spout at you? You look smarter than this. Whatever, just get this place clean and get out. I clicked the wrong one, fuck. Gotta watch what you say around here. Last month I got docked to vacation day for complaining about our uniforms. He lets out a big sigh while shaking his head in agreement. I get it. Silverstar was already in here, hounding me. Like a Matrix tech could have stopped a Deccan intrusion. Now I've got to execute a full diagnostic on the land racks before he comes back for a security report. He told me that this would be a good opportunity to demonstrate the Telestrain corporate value of efficiency. I think his investigation is going to be more about who to pin this on than about finding answers. Do you think you could duck out for a smoke or something? It would be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Just another day in paradise, right? He just zoomed. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to take Charisma 4. And I think I want security. I think that would probably be the best thing here. Because I'm going to be dealing with a lot of security folks. I could do corporate, but I think corporate would be suspicious. So let's go ahead and take security. Alright. Matrix emergency power junction. Remove the access panel from the panel and place a comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you place a chip inside. So another 2 karma. Take a look at this. The open panel is a rat's nest of cables and half disassembled hardware. Some of it's loose. Let's take some of the LAN parts. So with that, I think I'm at 5 again now. Yeah, I am at 5. Okay. I have to say, at this point, it's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, the records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct conversation or contravention of Telestream corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for your data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere. I need to make my report to Eric. I'm guessing that's the other panel behind me there. Yeah, it is. Let's go ahead and talk to this guy real quick. See if I can get him to leave. The wage slave is on the edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. Well, what do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, chummer. Buzz, unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. I came across some items that might help you out. He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Security's bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with and no one would be the wiser. You're right. There is no reason I should let security push me around. He steals himself. Just do it quick. You place the cables and data chips around the terminal's casing. Thanks so much. I won't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem, sir. Just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out here for a while? There is a lot to do. You bet. Just remember to keep this thing between us. I think it was just 3 chips that I have to install, but I'm not sure. I can open that door apparently, but I don't want to obviously go too far down. Remove the access panel and place a comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you quickly install the comlink chip. So another 2 karma. So that's all. It's all the chips that I have to place. So yeah, I can come down here technically, but there's not really much else to see down there. Alright, so let's try to get our way up top now. Talk to this guy. Alright, what can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. The top floors can only be authorized how I said before. Well, hey, I found all these chips on some of the Matrix switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comlink. He turns his back on you and has a brief conversation. Then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. Alright. Let's head up there. I think I did the right call with the charisma thing. Collecting the sample. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller and a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of corporate wage slave. Yet, after your time at Telestream Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly, its blanderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor. And your goal. Now, I'm thinking in my head, do I want to take another charisma? So I got 7, so I can up my charisma to 5, and I think I might just do that. Just make things easier on myself. If I had 11 karma points, I can get a new etiquette too, but for now, I think 5 charisma will have to do. And I'm also doing that because, I mean, realistically, I'm just absolutely fucking destroying right now. Actually, let's not go that way yet. I'm just destroying right now in combat. Like, I'm unparalleled, so really extra points in combat wouldn't make or break me at this point, I don't think. Eric Silverstar. There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. Well, it's duty above all, right? He laughs. Well, yes, that is the first value, and I'm glad more than those outside of security follow it, and from a janitor no less. No, I am speaking of my third and final value of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. Thank you, sir. Well, rewards and punishment must be given where required. Now, please start filling out the report on the data pad, and I'm afraid I must ask you to not sit in my chair, given your attire. I need to go head downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. Your comm link begins to ring. You pick up. So these paintings must be what all the expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I'm tracking Silver Star, and he is already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. Interesting. Just got a notification from a game that I never get notifications from. I'll update you on his movement. Hurry, mon ami. Let's check out this first. There is an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass that appears to be half empty and a half-smoked cigar. Okay. I have no idea which painting it is, by the way. The painting is of a small lighthouse. In intense storm at night, perched on a rocky outcropping. Its light stabs out into the darkness. The plaque reads Vigilance. Let's push the frame. The frame around the painting of the lighthouse pops back out. Okay. So it obviously wasn't that one. This painting shows a wild mountain landscape with clouds ringing lofty peaks. The plaque reads Independence. Push the frame. The frame around the painting of the mountain pops back out. He has a few guards, a tech worker and very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom and is beginning to questioning them. Okay, so we gotta hurry then. This is a photorealistic painting of 5 massive harvesters in telestring colors in a staggered formation, cutting a swath across a rippling field of wheat. The plaque reads Unity, and it's at that moment that I just realized I gotta push these pictures in the right order. Efficiency. And the other one should be duty, right? Yeah. So let's push duty. I think efficiency was the next one. Yeah, and then the last one. He has finished interviewing a Matrix tech and is now talking sternly to a pair of guards. The last one was, he just told us. It's Vigilance. There we go. Let's get back there. And there's the safe right there. There's a safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front, most likely key to Mr. Silverstar. Okay. Let's go to that cigarette then, or cigar rather. Or even the cup too, I mean. Let's pick up the half-smoked cigar. This is some like Ocean's 11 shit. Put the moist end of the cigar on the DNA scanner. With this click and faint hiss of escaping air, the safe opens. Let's take the sample. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I've unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. Okay. Just don't want to get blindsided by anything. Nothing yet. Probably gonna be like right there waiting for me. That'd be a bitch, wouldn't it? Whew. Wasn't too bad. Kind of shitty for taking that charisma now. I thought my charisma would come in handy more, but... Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? The smirk broadens. That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaw. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Telstrain wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. He smiles wolfishly. Come on, Drek for brains. Make the wrong choice. I'll opt for a stand-up conversation. Damn, I was hoping to be able to bring you in for feet first. Okay, so clearly that didn't work for us. That's, disheartening. The estate. From the floor to the Lone Star Cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown quarter's office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray overcast over the I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. A half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road, and a magnificent mansion fills your view. Its design a blend of old world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt, and you're dragged onto the drive where McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your bonds. You look up to see you're surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts, Special Forces troops from Tintringer, massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities. You prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrain III. Things are getting hot and heavy, apparently. Whew. McCluskey smirks. Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, elf. Mr. Telestrain isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tir Tangir, and one of the richest men in Seattle. Should I be impressed? His smirk gets even bigger. No, you go ahead in there and keep talking trash. That should work out fine for you, Drek for brains. You got no money and you got no power. So what do you got? Honor. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. What's my, fuck, it's still at 2. I was hoping to have another 6 or another 4 so I can get my charisma up to 6 and maybe take corporate. Mr. Quoth. Let's talk to him. The fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from your toes to the tips of your pointed ears before he speaks. Mr. Telestrain is expecting you. You'll find him in his office. This is an extraordinary estate. May I look around before I see him? You may wait here for a few moments to gather yourself before you enter Mr. Telestrain's office. Some people find that they need time to prepare for themselves before meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off limits to you, and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry, though. Mr. Telestrain is not one to be kept waiting long. So let's just take a quick look around before we head over there. Hey, we know him. It's Eldranoon. Let's go ahead and talk to him. There's a twinkle in Eldranoon's eyes that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses Union. It is good to see you again. There's much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you, Eldranoon? I do not run at all, Cyber Ninja. I go where I am needed. I am needed here. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrain. Perhaps I can be of service again. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I was hoping to get my charisma up to 6, but oh well. Because I feel like maybe corporate would be better here. Maybe not, though. Maybe... I don't know what all etiquettes there is, but... All etiquettes, oh my god. Great English, Josh. Don't know what the other etiquettes, like what other etiquettes I could have, but... I don't think it's going to show me, not that it really matters much now. James Telestrain III. I'll be fine. As you approach James Telestrain III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you, calculating and cold. A practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings of the bow before your betters mansion. It's something else, the feeling that you're being categorized as a resource or a liability, or even a pawn. I have been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit, they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my vice president of security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, sir. How do you intend to settle your debt? Yeah, see, I fucking knew it. And those are like, neither of those are fucking acceptable answers. That would be a great answer. Would you take a check? I understand humor. I do not appreciate it, but I understand its uses. Yours was not a good use of humor. However, it's neither charmed me, disarmed attention, nor infatuated me to the point of providing you with a quick death. Before you attempt any more of your low-brow monkey shrines, I will lay out your tactical solution, or situation. Yeah, see, if I said the other one, though, I'm just laying my hand out and, like, I don't feel like that was a good option. So like I said, I don't think either of those choices were good. You have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I'm interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private offices to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. It goes like this. Your half-brother Sam Watts hired me to find his own killer. He had a dead man switch. When I find the killer, I get paid. You impress me, sir. My father's bastards are intentionally not well known, even in themselves. Nevertheless, I fail to see connection between this Sam Watts' death and a raid on one of my office buildings. There is no connection between the research project and the dead man that I am aware of. Sam was killed by your half-sister, Jessica. Jessica is protected by giant bugs. Aegis kills giant bugs. Kill the bugs, kill Jessica, get paid. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. The young pretty elf has dark circles around her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you. You're the man who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Telestrain cuts in quickly. Thank you, Maria Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive him for his trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you got out okay, Maria Louise. I'm not okay. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream, and now I'll wake up there and still be there with the bugs. You can relax, Maria Louise. You are safe. It is over. No, it won't be until they're all dead, she shudders. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men you flew in here, all you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, Father. I knew that someone has to take action. That's why I got Hakeem involved. The already cold exterior of James Telstrain III turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this man. We will speak of it later, in private. Now then, Cyber Ninja, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a man of the street such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. I would be delighted. I don't know if this is sarcasm or not. Just behave. That was sincere. Whew. There is a weight